We interrupt our program to bring you this important message.
Hey everyone, welcome back to Will's Bills Fam. Today we're going to take a look at protein options that you can get from Costco. If you care about your health at all, you care about protein, and there's two concerns that come with that. The overall calories that you're eating along with that protein and how much that protein is costing you. So we're going to look at all these options and break them down in those two categories, and just for your benefit, for your convenience, we're going to break them down into smaller categories of food. We've got meat and eggs, we've got vegan, we've got vegetarian, and we've got supplements. Make sure you watch to the end because I do have some bonus information that I think is going to be helpful for you no matter what your eating style is. So
we know that 1,000 calories makes a turd that's approximately 8 inches in length.
One more thing before we get started. Obviously, this isn't everything that you can buy at Costco that contains protein. This is mainly stuff that we have a tendency to buy most often. And we grabbed a few extra items to provide a good sampling for this video. Once you see how we break this down, of course, you can do your own research for the foods that you buy and see what works best for you and your health needs and your budget needs. We're going to start today with meat and eggs. There's two items that aren't sitting right here that are going to be included in the list, and that's the hot and ready rotisserie chicken that we all love from Costco if you're into meat, and the frozen boneless, skinless chicken breasts. We just didn't happen to have any of those on hand for this video, but they are going to be included in the numbers. With this category, most of these items are very lean. So if you're concerned about your calories, you have a lot of really good options here. And for reference, a gram of protein in its purest form is 4 calories. So any item here that comes in close to that is going to be very pure for what it is, for the protein content. You've got canned chicken, canned tuna, sliced turkey, and egg whites all coming in at 5 calories per gram of protein. And that's very, very lean. Coming in at the bottom of the list, you've got the egg which, eggs, ground beef, and the beef jerky, which is the overall loser at 19 calories per gram of protein. Something really interesting is that eggs by themselves contain a lot more calories for the protein you're getting than the egg whites, which come in at 5. So we have 11 calories for eggs versus 5 for the egg whites. Moving over to the cost per gram of protein in this category. Tilapia at 7 cents per gram, the egg which at 10 cents per gram, and the beef jerky, no surprise here, 21 cents per gram of protein. Very expensive either way. So I'm going to call the overall winner for this category the hot and ready rotisserie chicken. If you're willing to pull all the meat off of that, it is the leanest, one of the leanest forms of protein you can eat, as well as the cheapest. And then really close to the overall top as well is the egg whites. Super cheap, super lean. Definitely recommend this product for both categories. All right, time for the vegans. We're not vegan, but we do appreciate you people. You're not as weird as they say. We know the benefits of eating vegan. I'm not going to try to quote any of it. But there's some benefits, and it just overall feels good to eat vegan. We do it from time to time, and there's no doubt it's beneficial. So if you're concerned about calories as a vegan and you need to get that protein in, coming at the top of the list for least amount of calories per gram of protein is this vegan protein powder, 8 calories per gram of protein. A close second, which was so surprising to me, was this peanut butter powder, 9 calories per gram of protein. I figured it would be way more than that, but it's actually a way better source of protein than I thought. Toward the bottom, you have the red lentil pasta at 14 calories per gram of protein. Then you got the black beans, which makes sense because these are basically both beans. Black beans are 16 calories per gram of protein. And then, just for contrast, The creamy peanut butter is 23 calories per gram of protein. If you're going to peanut butter as a good source of protein, basically this isn't one at all, and this is an excellent source of protein for this category. Pretty interesting to see the contrast. Okay, cost per gram of protein in the vegan category, super fun. Dried pinto beans, blew it out of the water, knocked it out of the park at 1 cent for a gram of protein. 1 penny. Crazy. And look how big this bag is. You could live on that for like a year. Obviously, we've been going through ours. It's an item that we haven't been eating for very long, but it's like a go-to item for us. Yeah, you're gassy at first, but then your body adjusts and, it's not as bad after a while. So just make sure you soak your beans good and give it a couple months and things will be back to normal for you. A close second for the cost per gram of protein is the peanut butter powder, which is awesome because it's at the top of the list for the calories, and the red lentil pasta. So both of these are cheap options. At the bottom of the list, you've got the creamy peanut butter at 7 cents and the Beyond Beef at 10 cents per gram of protein. So the overall winner for this category to me is kind of a tie. One is the beans, 1 cent per gram of protein and only 11 calories, which is relatively low for a carbohydrate food. That's going to be tied with the peanut butter powder coming in at 3 cents per gram and 9 calories per gram of protein. So both of these are just excellent for this category, and they're gonna be staples for us for a long time to come. The overall loser for this category is definitely the creamy peanut butter. You're getting a ton of calories when you eat this stuff, and it's also the second most expensive in this category. So I know it's good. Trust me, I know. But if you care about your budget and you care about your health, you're going to want to use that sparingly. Up next, we have the vegetarian category. I don't hear about vegetarians a whole lot these days, but I know you're out there. Basically, you have all these items. Take away the actual meat, flesh of an animal, and that's your vegetarian category. Coming at the top of the list for calories per gram of protein is egg whites and the Kirkland vanilla protein shake. Both of these for a vegetarian are incredibly lean. And then the bottom of the list, you've got the lentil pasta and the black beans coming in at 14 calories and 16 calories respectively for a gram of protein. And of course, the creamy peanut butter, 23 calories per gram of protein. Costs for the vegetarian category, at the top is the pinto beans, of course, 1 cent per gram of protein. And then a couple that are near the top are the peanut butter powder and egg whites and lentil pasta. These are all very cheap items for the vegetarians out there to get the protein in. Coming at the bottom of the list, you've got creamy peanut butter, 7 cents, Beyond Burger at 10 cents, and the Parmesan cheese at 11 cents. The overall winner in this category is definitely the egg whites. Cheap and lean. I'd say the overall loser is going to be close between the creamy peanut butter and the Beyond Burger. This definitely is not cheap and it's not super lean. So if you're a vegetarian, you're concerned about those things, you would want to be careful with these unless you just love the flavor and it's worth it for you. The last category is just supplements, and it's a very short category for what we have here today. It's going to include the vanilla shake, the protein bars, the vegan protein powder, the peanut butter powder, which it's kind of a supplement, kind of not, but I threw it in there anyway. And that's it. It's the 2 different flavors of the bar is why I was thinking there was one more item. As far as the calories for this category, the vanilla shake comes in first. Second place is the vegan powder at 8 calories. You've got these bars coming in at 8 and 9 each, and then the peanut butter at 9 as well. For the cost in this category, everything was actually relatively close to one another, which is great actually to know that everything's kind of consistent. You got the winner being the peanut butter powder at 3 cents, and the most expensive being the vegan protein powder at 6 cents. Everything else falls in between. Overall, supplements from Costco, super cheap. We personally are concerned about calories for our health as well as our budget. So these things are always a concern for us. And I think the big takeaway is for us to stick to the items that kind of fall into the middle, the top of the list and the middle of the list, and shy away from stuff like this and stuff like this so we don't break our health goals or our budget. Now for that bonus information, there's another way to break down all these numbers, and that would be cost per calorie. Or in this case, I've done cost per 100 calories. And you can think of this as the price you have to pay to make a turd. We know that 1,000 calories makes a turd that's approximately 8 inches in length. And that's going to cost you a certain amount depending on what you're eating to make the turd. So, out of all the items we've been talking about today, cheapest cost to just get those 100 calories in is the beans. And I'll tell you what, it can make a turd. Second place would be the red lentil pasta, 3 cents for 100 calories. Then you have the black beans, and then the creamy peanut butter. If you need to get some massive calories in, that's a cheap way to do it right there. Toward the bottom of the list, you've got mainly the convenience items. Premier Protein, the chicken skewers, cooked and ready to eat for you, just microwave them. You've got the sliced turkey, the Wagyu beef coming in at $1.15 for 100 calories, and then the most expensive item here today is the tilapia, $1.29 for the 100 calories in a serving. I find this information very interesting. I love to look at all things in life, not just food, but you name it. Anything you can spend money on and try to figure out what is it actually worth compared to other items in that category. So, hope you enjoyed this. Hope you found it helpful. We're going to leave all this information in the, what do you call that section below the video? The description section below the video. Let us know if you have more questions about any of this. I love to put in the work to break this stuff down so that you and I can both benefit from it. So leave a comment, hit the like button if you enjoyed this, and see you next time.